Hello everyone, John Runner 88 here with another Star Wars figure review, and this time it is a review for just a simple man trying to find his way through the galaxy. And that is Mr. Jango Fett right here. Here's his card back. You can see you can do his little fire effect, jetpack effect, and nice picture on the front. I think a lot of people are like, or not a lot, but some people are saying that that's not accurate to the movie. He doesn't have that much space, but I'll show you in a second that that's not the worst thing in the world. You can see all the deluxe. Look at these deluxe variety of items you get in there. Yeah. All right. Here he is, looking great. I have actually been loving this figure. He's been awesome. I think my overall my one gripe. Okay, let's say a couple things, but nothing huge. I think the hair could have been, because his hair is more curly in the movies, so I think more of a, I don't know. It's slicked back, it looks all right from the sides, but the front, just doesn't look like it does in the movies. But I love the scars all over his face. Those look great. And thankfully mine has straight eyes, because in the deluxe packaging we have no idea what we're getting. Even if it was in a store, you can't even check them. So thankfully he looks good. Look at that. Just a simple man right there. Alright, and the holsters could have been a little smaller, but honestly they look worse in promotional pictures. I think in person it looks great. Not great, but it looks much better. And on mine, he doesn't have that massive gap, and even if there is a little bit, some people are like, oh, heat him up and push it up. It's not that big of an issue, because you can just do this and just tilt his torso forward a little bit, and it covers the gap almost completely, and it doesn't look weird. Could have been more range of motion with the head. I mean, obviously you can do side to side and get more range with the helmet. We'll see in a second, but the head is, it's the neck. It's too long. It goes into the head too much, and the barbell that's in there doesn't have much wiggle room. So that's the fault of the existing sculpt that they've been using, because I think that, I mean, even if the torso is a new piece, the neck plugs into it. It's a interesting design. They got a lot of pieces that plug and pop into this thing. But yeah, he's got his tubes on the side that plug into his gauntlet, which is nice. And this side, it would have been nice if this was a piece that could detach, because it's very, it's not huge, and it is bulkier than it should be, but this piece is also separate, so you can kind of twist it and hide it a little bit if you need to. So that's nice. And that has the fire that plugs into it. Just be careful, because it's, at least on mine, it was pretty tight fit, and you don't want to break the end of the fire off. I think this came with the previous Mando figure. Yeah, it's very tight fit. You can definitely see people breaking the end of that off. But yeah, it's a nice fire effect. It is very rigid. It will stay up, which is nice. But again, careful with that. If you have something that you can maybe poke in there to widen it a little bit, that might benefit in the long run. Yeah, overall, I love the silver. It looks awesome. Everything, all the paint is just on point. Looks great. Got the paint even on the buckles down here. Looks awesome. Jetpack looks great. Unlike the Fleet Commander figure that came out recently, he does have the ports to put those in. Kind of, It's best to get like a grip down here, and you can kind of like twist them in. Yeah, looks good. We've gotten these effects with a few Mandalorians, and the Dark Troopers came with them. The deluxe Dark Troopers, at least. But one of my other issues was his blasters. And you might be like, oh, my blasters don't look quite like that. And that is because these are old blasters, which they got to be like 15, almost 20 years old. And they look a million times better than what we got with this Jango Fett. These should have been, at the very least, sculpted in this kind of silver. They've done it on other figures before. I assume it's, it's an easy way to cut costs, but this just like doesn't look that good. It's the mold or the sculpt is like very out of focus, definitely. But it's a very, I don't know, you're just not seeing too much detail in it. But these are from, like I said, like almost a 20-year-old Jango Fett probably. And they look fantastic, but they originally looked like this because I think I got them in. There's definitely like a Geonosis like battle pack that I got that had like a bunch of like, it had like Jango Fett's helmet and stuff and a bunch of random stuff. But it's got like this extra little piece on the top, like this little nub. And I just took an X-Acto knife and sliced them off because I think these were for like a really old Jango Fett that may have came with like blast effects that you could pop on there. But I just snipped them off. It's got this like the negative space in the handle. It's got the back looks much better because on these ones it's like disconnected. It just like it looks so weird. And yeah, so these old ones are much better. If you have an old Jango laying around and you got these blasters, they fit in the holsters just as well as the new ones. They stick out a little bit more than they should in comparison to the movie, but that's just, I mean, like I said, the new ones fit the exact same way. Yeah, that's Jango Fett without his helmet on. So let's pop that off. And yeah, he looks amazing. I've been taking tons of pictures with him because he's just so posable. He's missing those like little like triangle things there. I might try and like take some small tool and like etch in some little marks there, and then do like a little quick like a like black wash to get some paint in there, and then give those little details. But overall, he looks absolutely fantastic, and I've been loving him. He's got his articulated rangefinder, which is awesome. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure they could have given us like a removable head, but then we would have, or removable helmet, but then we'd have issues like Previsla here, he's bald. He looks good with his helmet on with the scaling of it, but the edge of his eyebrows have been rubbed off a bit. You can definitely see on that one. And like, I don't want to ruin that beautiful face any more than I need to. Look at that. Yeah, like a bald character can have a nicely scaled helmet, but there is literally no excuses not to have these swappable heads and helmets. And as I've shown with the Fleet Commander in another video, it's got a lot of area inside, so it even looks like a swappable or a removable helmet. So if you have it on like display or something, like if you have it like this, like there's still like a lot of space in it, so it looks like an actual helmet at a lot of angles. But I think that is going to do it for this one. Like I said, if you've got these old blasters, they might look a little weird at first, but that's just because they got that little notch at the end. But it looks a million times better than the ones that came with him. And the ones that came with him, if they molded them in like this silver plastic, they wouldn't look as bad. But these just overall look so much better. You can see so much more detail. They've got the negative space. It just looks good. So yeah, that's going to about do it for this bounty hunter here. This looks so good. So easy to pose. It's just awesome looking. But yeah, it's going to about do it for Jango Fett here. Thank you for watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Follow me over on Instagram as well, JohnRunner88 there. And yeah, I've got a bunch of pictures of him up already because he's just look at him. So good. Alright, that's going to about do it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye, guys.